Welcome back to the Scrap Mechanics channel, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are featuring another scrap mechanic known as Alstrak, and behind me are 3 creations made by this amazing creator. And if you guys like these creations, you're going to want to check out more on his channel. I'm going to leave a link down in the description. Alright, so what do we have behind me? Well, starting over there, we have an off-road racer that has really incredible suspension, and we're gonna take that thing for a ride through this bumpy land over here just to show you how awesome that stuff works. In the middle, we have a drift car. So we're gonna take that thing, I think I'm gonna make like a little drift course on a flat land, and we're gonna drift this thing around like a boss, or fail like a boss. And over here, we have an amazing flying ship known as the Golden Sail. Now this is probably one of my favorite creations by him, so I'm gonna save the best for last, and we're gonna fly this thing around, and we'll just see how well that goes. Okay, let's get to it. Okay, first up, we're gonna have this off-road racer, and this thing just looks awesome. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to feature this thing, because look at the design, like look at these lights, they look so angry. It's got an awesome grill, it's got a cool bumper on the front, look at the engine up here. Here, let me get my lift out. We go ahead and look at the engine up here. Poking out, you can see into the engine. You got a little, oh, I didn't even look inside here yet. We got a little, our gear shifter. Probably some buttons for some boosts and things like that. Nice use of the glass for red lights. Yeah, it's just a really cool vehicle all around. And I think the main thing about this vehicle, though, is the suspension. So let's take a look in here at the suspension. It looks like, I don't really know much about suspension or cars in general, but it looks like it might be some type of double wishbone suspension. And everything just being on those angles looks really well. And I read the description, it said the suspension was adjustable. So we're gonna, how do we close? There we go. Ah, there we go, yep. So we can adjust it higher and lower, it looks like, with the use of the 2 button. Whoa. What is that? Alright, I think that's supposed to be the extra boost option. That was button number 1, but the wheels kind of go crazy. Sometimes Scrap Mechanic does not work the way that you intended to at all. But alright, we're gonna take this thing across these bumps, and we're gonna see how this suspension really works. Let's go this way. Alright, here we go. So I tried this thing out a little bit earlier, and I was really impressed with the stability that it has going over all this uneven terrain. It really stays upright pretty well. As you can clearly see, even hitting those really big bumps at odd angles, the suspension just absorbs a lot of the impact and a lot of the force, especially when you're going off of oddly shaped terrain like this. Because I've driven stuff across this terrain like this without any suspension at all, and it flips over so easy. So that's why I'm really impressed with this build. Let's take a look. We'll go over some of these bumps here and take a look at the suspension working. Like, look at how that, now let's see, uh-oh. Not looking where I'm going, watch where you're driving, kids. Alright, wrong button. We're gonna adjust the suspension down more, so now oh wow, we're a lot higher. Uh-oh. Alright, so apparently, if we extend, well, obviously that's going to make us top heavy, so extending our suspension makes us a little bit more top heavy. So that's probably just to get over if you have some type of bigger obstacle and you need some extra ground clearance. That's probably what the number 2 key is for. So alright, there we go. We've extended our suspension, so now we have a little bit more ground clearance. But yeah, we're obviously a little bit more top heavy, so it's going to be a little bit more difficult to not flip. But I think this is a really cool creation. What do you guys think? I'm curious what your favorite creation out of these 3 is going to be. So here we have the off-road racer. Next up is the drift car. But first, let's take this thing off a jump. Woo! And that's what I'm talking about. That was actually a really good landing. All right, I want to go off a bigger jump. Let's do this. Oh, look at that drift. That was pretty good. Here we go. Woo! And up over the hill doing a wheelie. Woo! Alright, that was awesome. And into a tree, of course. Nailed it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are at the drift car. And take a look at this thing. More excellent design elements. We got an awesome grill, awesome lights, awesome wheels. We got a great engine once again. Awesome painting too. I like it's kind of like a gradient kind of color change. We have a spoiler, some cool rear lights. The wheels are just really make this thing look really like it means business. All right, let's get in here. See, I think actually. Whoa. Oh, look at that. When I do the boost, you can see that there's it's like a handbrake. That's what it is. It's a handbrake. This is for the drifting. That helps you drift, I guess. That's really cool. Okay, so I've built myself, as you can see, I have a bunch of barrels around, and I have built myself a drift course, and I haven't even tested this thing out yet. I don't know if this is the right size for the vehicle. Honestly, I don't know what's gonna happen. I just put turns and stuff in here. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go across this drift course that I just built with a lot of barrels. And the way it works is we're gonna go straight through. There's a lot of twists and turns, and it's going to go around a circular thing at the end and circle back the way that we came in the reverse direction. So we're gonna see how this goes. We're gonna test out my drifting skills and the functionality of this drift car. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, and we're off. All right, so off to a pretty good start. We haven't crashed yet. But here comes the first little turn. Oh, and I overdid it. You know what? We're going for a 360. We're going backwards. There it is. How is that for recovery? Okay, wasn't that great. All right, good enough. All right, now let's get some real drifting going on. Here we go. Yeah. Oh no, I'm overdoing it again. All right, it's really hard not to overdo this. It's very sensitive. You know, I'm thinking I might do better on the way back after I've gotten used to it a little bit. But all right, we're going so far. Whoa, almost tagged that corner there. All right, this one's a little bit steeper. Come on, maintain it. Yeah, there we go. All right, that was much better. We're getting it. We're getting the hang of it. All right, getting around this next corner. We're going for it. Full speed. Don't overdo it. Yes. All right, here comes the turn. Here comes the big turn. We're gonna go around this in a circle. Oh, I made this way too thin. All right, we're gonna go for a full circle again. See if we can do it. Around. Maintain the drift. All right, there we go. That wasn't too bad. We pulled it off. We didn't crash at least. I went a little bit slower than I should have, but that's just because I'm wimpy and I didn't want to crash. Oh no! Ah, come on. All right, I'm not even timing this. I'm gonna put a timer up on the screen and see how long this takes me. All right, and back this way. All right, we nailed that one. That one was easy. All right, and we got 2 more turns left, I think. 2 more big turns before we're back at the finish. But this car is working pretty great. I think with a little bit more practice, I could just own this course, like I'm not doing right now. I keep overdoing it. It's very sensitive. Like once you go a little bit too far, you're just done. You gotta remember to keep adjusting in the opposite direction for a little bit before you overdo it. There we go. That one wasn't bad. All right, and I'm gonna use a little bit of a boost here for the end. Whoop. And there we go. So what do you guys think of the drift car? I think this and the rally racer are on the workshop. So if you guys want to use them, check out Alstrak on the workshop. All right, guys, I saved the best for last, and here it is, blue wood. No, I'm just kidding. It is this massive ship. Look at the design of this thing. This is just incredible. Look at these little wings on the side here. The angles that those things are on. The golden trim. That's why he calls it the golden sail. And I asked him, this is actually his own design. And I asked him because like it really reminds me of like Zelda, like the Legend of Zelda kind of ships. Like I don't know if you guys ever saw the Wind Waker, but the Wind Waker had graphics that kind of like, this reminds me of the Wind Waker a lot, and it reminds me of the types of ships you would see in that game. So we're gonna go ahead and work our way up here and take a look at what is in here and what this thing is made out of. And then we're gonna try to fly it around. Do not enter. Aha! I do not listen to instructions very well. I'm sorry. I can't resist. All right, looks like here is a bit of our control room. We got some turning and stuff in here. Now, Alstrak did help me out. He remapped some of the controls of this thing, so it'd be more like my flyers. That way I'd have an easier time flying this thing around. But look at this thing. I actually want to take a look inside, so we're going to delete some of the floor here. And head on down here, and you can see we've got... Oh, a chair. Oh, we can get a nice view from the center all the way around. Excellent. So this is a really cool design. I'm really looking forward to flying this thing. Let's get to it. Alright, how do I get out? Okay, so... Are you ready for this? Are you guys ready for this epicness? Alright, here we go. Time for liftoff. This is going to be really difficult to fly, but... Because this thing is absolutely huge, and it does need some adjusting sometimes. Alright. We're off. We're in the air. We haven't crashed yet, so... We're off to a good start. Well, look at this. Look at the propellers. Propellers are going. And we are going forward. Whoa, the turning is very sensitive and a little bit delayed because of the sensors. So that's the one difficult part, is the yaw, this kind of turning back and forth like that. But I think we're good. I think we're up in the air and we're off. I wish I could get a better view from like the front of it. But it's so big, I can't actually get a full view of it. 360, woo! Do some stunt flying with this thing. Oh boy. Alright, good recovery, we got this, Okay, now, we need a challenge. I always like to get some type of challenge when I have creations like these. Just to add for some entertainment value. Alright, I think there's a mountain. We're gonna go land on top of the mountain, I think, maybe. Uh-oh. If we can make it there. Oh, just missed that tree. Alright, there's the mountain. Let's go head over there, and we're gonna get to the top of that mountain using the golden sail. We've got some speed now. Oh, there's a tree in my way. That's gonna be annoying. Alright, we can do it. Alright. Slow ourselves down just a little bit. Uh-oh, too much. Alright, I think we got this. It wasn't the smoothest landing, wasn't the softest landing, but we're here, on top of the mountain, with the golden sail. So ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys enjoyed this feature of Alstrak, and please remember to go check out his channel, and don't forget to comment down below telling me what you guys want to see next. I might do another showcase of one of my creations next, or maybe I'll do a challenge, I don't know. Leave some challenges down below as well, and I'll see you next time on the ScrapMan channel. Whoa, what happened to my receiver? I just took the receiver off and now it's gone. Oh, I found my other battery. But what just happened to my receiver?